Good morning, everybody. I trust you had a good weekend and everybody is well. How are you guys?
We are doing fine, so
That's good. That's good. Mr. Pretorius will join us later. Please, can everybody mute their microphone? I see there's noise in the background. Please mute your microphone. Thank you very much. Okay, today I'm going to just chat a little bit about the assignment that is going to be due on the 20th of August. So you have about 3 weeks to deal with the assignment 2. And we will then have a look at access, imports, and exports. So today will not be a long lesson. It will be a short lesson. And then on Monday, there is a public holiday, which is going to interfere with our class. So we will have a tutorial this Friday to deal with forms and reports, which I will also do next Wednesday. And then I will begin on Wednesday as well with Excel. Now, from what I understand, you guys are already using Excel a little bit in financial accounting. Is that correct? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I understand from the lecture that you're struggling a little bit there because Excel is new for you guys. So once we start Excel now, which is going to be for the rest of the year, we will be doing Excel. I think it's going to help you guys quite a lot with financial accounting. We wanted to do an introduction while we were doing theory, but there was too much theory work. I think next year I'm going to put an introduction to Excel in at the beginning of the year that will help the students. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen. Just give me a moment. The menu is not showing. Why am I not getting the show my screen menu? Share content, share application screen, share, and it should show up now. Let's give it a second or two for everybody's screen to show up. Can you go? Now, Mr. Pretorius is not here monitoring the chat. So if you guys wish to ask a question, please just ask the question while I'm talking. I can't read the chat. I will stop occasionally and read the chat. Okay. Let's have a look today what we're going to do. Yes.
Are
you there?
Man. Sorry, mornings.
Morning.
Morning, sorry, man. I went to the doctor at 9:30. The surgery was full, over 10 people. So they close at 1 o'clock. So I said I'll leave at 12, 12:15. So just before lunchtime. So I am here, sir, till about 12 o'clock. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Welcome, Mr. Pretorius. Today, what I was telling the students is we're just going to do imports, exports. And the following week on Wednesday, we're going to start with forms, reports, and Excel in one lesson.
No, that's fine, sir. That's one time done.
So today is a nice short lesson. Can everybody see my screen? Mr. Pretorius, if you can just monitor the chat for the questions.
Will do, sir. Sir, your screen is showing, but it's like so, like in, how can I say, it's running like a V, sir. I'm not sure what the sharing.
Yeah, I'm just having a look here.
Mm. But we can,
I
but we
had
can see your screen.
Blackboard open.
Ah, there we go. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what happened there?
Okay, there it went again.
Yeah, I see Collaborate's giving me issues
That problems I
today.
see. So maybe
Doesn't
close it and
matter. I
open it
will
again,
log
sir.
into Blackboard again.
There we go. All
Can
right,
you see
sir.
that?
Yes, sir, I
Okay,
can,
let's
sir.
go CPUT Blackboard. And I would like to first just talk a little bit about this assignment that you have 3 weeks to do.
Yes.
We will make sure that we cover all of the content that is relevant for the assignment. Please be aware for this assignment, there's going to be a little bit of research on your guys' part to get ahead. And please use Google, use YouTube to help you find those things. We will also post useful links. So let's first go and take a quick look at the assignments. Here we go. BCA assignment second semester. It is a 10% weighting and it goes under your T3 column. I hope you guys have all seen your marks on SOS. If there's any problems there, please let us know.
Mr. Smith,
Okay.
sorry, before you start,
Yes.
some students are showing me that the first two columns of the report on SOS, and they worried about T3, T4, and T5. Not received, not received, and not received. Students, that columns are your September, your exam and assignment, like this assignment. That will be T3. Your T4 is your final exam, and your T5 will be your class test marks. So only your first two columns, which is April and assignment 1 and June exams, will be completed. So don't stress and worry about the T3, T4, and T5. Thank you, sir.
That is correct. You will only see 2 marks on there. And I think 1 or 2 of the students have shown me there it says fail as well. Don't worry about that. It is calculating the year mark. So you just look at your T1 and T2 column, which is the work that we have done so far up to June. Moving on. We have the assignment question paper and we have a starter file. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the question paper. Okay, when you get this enable editing, always enable editing. Let me make this a bit bigger for you. Okay, the assignment 2 is practical and Microsoft Access. So you guys will be ready for it if you've done all of the activities. Please remember it counts 10% and you got 3 weeks. It's due on the 20th of August. Please read the instructions. You may work in groups. Please remember, if you work in a group, only one member of that group hands in the assignment, and all 4 of you, if you are 4, put in your name. I recommend to work in groups if that is possible. I know some students want to hand in their own work because they don't like group work, but that is your choice. So you may do it in 1, 2, 3, or 4 members of the group. You will be creating a table as shown below. You will modify the table to the different data types. You will create a query. You will create another query. And remember what we looked at last time during that very long lesson. You need to go to your criteria and find the relevant criteria for after the 1st of the 1st, 2014. And then what we are going to do next week is we are going to do the form and the report. And if you have a look, the form counts 1 mark, the report counts 1 mark. So the most important part of Access is your tables and your queries. Forms and reports are important, yes, but they do not count as many marks. And then please remember to name your assignment correctly. So it's quite a short assignment. I think it will be easy for you guys to do. Please start early so that you're not trying to do it at the last minute. You have 3 weeks. Start now. Okay. What we are doing today, and I've got a little infographic for you here, is we are looking at 2 things. Now, please bear in mind, we are doing little tables in Access and we are doing little tables in Excel. Normally, you will have a very large table in Access and you will have a very large table in Excel. Now, if you wish to move the one to the other, so you have a large table in Access and you wish to move it to Excel without retyping all of that information, we have an import option, which I will going to show you now. The same works the opposite way around. If you have a very large table in Excel and you would like to import it, my spelling mistake there, into Access, we also have an option. So today we will be working. Not letting me change it. Never mind. I think you get the idea. Right. So what I'm going to need is I'm going to need my Access database and I'm going to need my Excel spreadsheet so that I can do my import features. But let's go and have a quick look at the activities. I'm going to go to content. Obviously my MS Access practical tasks and my Excel imports and exports. This is section 5, and we will have an importer table to Excel, which is a little bit of work on your side. I am going to do 5.2 and 5.3. Now, it's easier for me to show you the concept than go through the entire exercise. Otherwise, I'm doing it for you and you won't learn anything. So I'm going to show you the short version today of how to import and export and any tricks and options there. So let's take a look at 5.2 at the questions quickly. Very short. Thank you, Mr. Pretorius. Let me make this a bit bigger. Okay. You have worked on a table called goals. Am I correct, Mr. Pretorius? Eddie? Mr. Pretorius has vanished. No
Hi,
problem.
sir, man. Sorry, I was just here in the kitchen quickly. I'm listening, sir.
They've already done goals. Am I correct?
Just
In the
hold on, I'm
previous
putting in my
exercises.
open this up. They already done goals, work, import.
Okay.
Yes. You see, you first need to do that table of goals or something. Then you can perform the import and export, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're confirming is that under tables, if you have done the activities, you will have the goals. It says here work.
I
Just
think it's
work.
been, yes, I think the goals, I've done it for them already. Thank you, sir.
Okay. This looks like an Excel worksheet. So this would have been done for you already. Just save it and upload it in activity submission. You're simply renaming something. And we have Mr. Pretorius. You are talking about a workbook, but here we have an Access Goals ACCDB. Can we just have some clarification on that?
Oh, I think the
Do you see?
is an access. Um, it's an access exercise that must be imported into the Excel table. That is what it is. What is 5.1? 5.1 is from Excel to Access, and 5.2 is from Access to Excel.
Okay. All right. Let's have a look. I'm going to just very briefly look at the questions. So if I go back to my infographic, we are importing Access into Excel and we are importing Excel into Access. And that is all that these activities are dealing with. This is probably the easiest part of Access and Excel. So I'm going to, that is 5.2. Let's have a look at the questions. Very short questions. Open your goals workbook, save it, upload and submit. That is 5.2. That looks like the same thing I've just done. 5.1. Let's just double check. Okay. 5.1 is create a blank database, create a table named SA Tours. In design view, change the relevant information, including your primary key, which I mentioned last week. You click on the key and you just move it in design view. And then you would open up a new Excel spreadsheet, and the instructions are actually here how to get it from Access into your Excel spreadsheet. Don't worry too much about this. This is what it will look like after you have done the activity. And you will see that today. 5.3 is importing Excel into Access. So we'll have a look at that question quickly. Now, I was talking about large tables, and we do have a large table here. Now, you would not want to go and retype all of this information in Access. That is just too much work. So we use the import feature. Once it's imported, it will show up as a table. So that effectively is the questions. I'm not going to do the questions specifically today. I'm going to show you the concept using the database. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to go to my desktop. Let's move the previous activities that we worked with out of the way. And I'm going to create a new folder here. And I'm going to call that Access and Excel. Let's put that folder over there. Inside this folder right now we empty. I would like to put a Excel spreadsheet and an Access database. So what I'm going to do is go to Access 5.2 and open goals, or at least save goals. But let's just open it. I'm going to open the file, enable content always, and here is your table that says goals. Let me close this. And I'm going to save the database in my folder I created on my desktop. So save as, save database as, and I'm going to go here to my desktop. I'm going to find my folder where I would like to place the database. There the name is already incorrectly in, and I'm going to save. I can now close that database, and I'm moving into the next activity, and I would like an Excel SX, an Excel document in that folder. So let's open that. There it is. A little bit more information for you guys. You would have seen that from the question paper. Make it a bit bigger so you can see we're going to get this Excel table into Access. File, save as. On this PC, I would like to go once again to my desktop and Access and Excel folder, JDM Vehicle Stats. And I can close that. And we can go and have a look and begin with this process of importing the one to the other. Inside my folder, you can see it clearly, is my goals database and my JDM Vehicle Stats Excel spreadsheet. Which one would we like to do first? Okay, let's take a look. Let's import Access into Excel. So what I want, if I open my database, I would like this goals table to be imported into Excel. I'm looking at it in Access. And I would like this JDM table imported into Access. Sorry, the first one was into Excel. So we're going vice versa. Let's import our new table. So step one, open the database. There is already a goals table in there. I'm not interested in that goals table, so I'm going to close it. Now, instead of typing a brand new table, you go at the top to the tab that says External Data. And it's going to say, where would you like to get it from? And there is a lot of options here. The one you are concerned with is Excel. And when I click on Excel, so I've clicked on External Data and I've chosen Excel. It is asking me now, where is this Excel sheet you would like to import? So I have to click on Browse. I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to go and find my Excel spreadsheet that I would like to import. You may leave that option. You may leave. Do we want to export with formatting and layout, Mr. Pretorius? Eddie, are you in the kitchen again?
I'm here, sir. I'm here, sir.
Do we want to export with formatting and layout?
You can tick box, yes.
I'm going to check that.
Check it out. Yeah, it should work.
Okay. So it's going to give me the layout that I want.
The layout and
so
the
have a look.
headings and all those things. It should work. Yes. All right. But before you, sir, rather that enable editing party behind your screen, that read only, that yellow line.
This.
Yeah, that over there. Just
Let me
no
save it
cancel
as.
people.
Let me save it in there.
Okay. Now you enable content. Just to be safe. Okay.
Okay. So to check your menus, external data. Why is Excel blanked out now?
I'm checking out myself.
This is Office 365 again.
Because what are we doing? So we're moving the Excel table into the database sheet.
Access. Yes, we're moving the Excel table into the database sheet. So, okay, we can do an export. That should work as well.
New data
So
source.
let's just have a look. Let me just close this. I don't want to confuse the students at.
I get you.
Okay, where has this gone? They have changed it in Office 365 from a text, from web, from table range, from recent sources, from existing connections. Mr. Pretorius, is it the same in yours?
One update the links. Okay, continue. I think when you went into the Access sheet, you had to click on source, data source on the left-hand side. Because this is the table that we want to move into database. Am I right, sir?
Correct.
Okay. So exit out of here first, step 1. Right. Let's go back into the Access. Yeah, the goals, whatever. On the left-hand side, there you see new data source. There we go. From where? From Excel.
Okay, this is getting tricky now. So let me start again. I do not wish to confuse the students.
Take it from the top, sir. Correct.
Take it from the beginning. Okay, students, they are moving things around in Office 365. So please be aware of the version of Office you are using. You are going to find these options in different places. I don't know why they want to move it from Office to Office, but you will find the option in your version. So I'm going to open my Access. I'm not concerned with that table. File, sorry. External data. Now it's giving me an option of Excel again. You see that was off, then it was on, then it was off, then it was on. Don't ignore that one. You choose new data source, from file, and I'm going to choose import Excel spreadsheet. And it says there, import data or link to data in a Microsoft Excel file. So let's choose that option. Brings up the same menu. Let's go and browse for our Excel file that we would like to import. That is on my desktop. It is in my Access and Excel file, and it is the JDM vehicle stats. And you will see the full path of where the file you want to import is located. Choose import source data into a new table in the current database. Okay, you want the first one for this course, guys. Do not worry about the second one. Do not worry about the third option. You will deal with that during the second year. So all I want to do is import Excel as a table into the current database. I'm going to tell it OK. And if you have a look here, here is the information in my Excel spreadsheet. And you must choose here, first row contains column headings, as it is in my spreadsheet. I'm going to choose next, next, next. Import to table. Let's give this a name, and it was JDM vehicles. This is just my example for the class. And I'm going to click Finish. Now, this one tends to confuse all of the students over and over and over. Every single year I get this question. Do you want to save the import steps? No, you do not want to save the import steps. Never. So I'm going to leave that alone. You don't need to save the import steps. When I click Close, on the left-hand side, I have a new table that has appeared that says JDM Vehicles. Now that came from Microsoft Excel. I did not have to type it. Let's take a look inside. There we go. Don't you guys think that is cool? That we can just import the table from our from our Excel spreadsheet. So that was pretty nice. I didn't have to go and retype all of this and go
Sorry,
into
sir?
design view. Yes,
Can you repeat it again, sir?
I'll do that for you. Yes. So there is my JDM vehicles that was imported. So let me repeat this as I've been requested. Okay, step one. Let's just delete that one. It's in the way. Okay, I've got my goals database. Open your Access database by double clicking. You go to external data, new data source. Do not use this. This is export, guys. Do you see that? We are importing from file, Excel. Now it's asking me, where is your Excel file? And I have to click on Browse, the same as when you upload to Blackboard. It is on desktop. It is in Access and Excel. And there it is, JDM vehicle stats that I would like to import into my Access database. I choose Open. Leave this alone. You don't need to change any options here. Just leave it alone. So we just want it as a table. I'm going to tell it OK. Yes, the first row does contain column headings in Excel. And I'm going to save you some time here, guys. So instead of going next, you may choose the option of going straight to finish, and then you won't get any confusing questions. You do not want to save the import steps. And this needs to be deleted because that was an old one. Now, if you have a look, if you go straight to finish, it just says there's sheet 1. I can rename that JDM vehicles.
Sorry, sir.
Yes.
Let's say if you are on the steps whereby you have to import your information in the browser, and then you tick the wrong one during the wrong file. Is there any way of going back to correct it?
No, what you do there is you delete the table and you just start again. So you would right click. I'm going to do it here so that the students can see. So say I've imported the wrong one.
Yes.
Is that what you're asking? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to delete that. And I'm just going to do it once more. New data source from File, Excel. Where is it?
Desktop.
Desktop, Access and Excel, JDM vehicle stats. I'm going to choose Open. I'm not going to change anything here. I'm going to choose OK. The first row does contain column headings. I'm not going to choose next. It gives me too many options. I'm going to go straight to finish. This thing is only worth 1 mark, guys. So I'm going to go straight to finish. Do not need to save the import steps. Don't let that confuse you. And I'm going to close. And on the left here, you will see there is a new table. The first thing you want to do is, as per the instruction, rename it. So right click, make sure it's closed. Rename JDM vehicles. And when I open that table, all of my information is there from Excel. I would just like to confirm with the students, I am inside Access and I imported an Excel spreadsheet. So if I go to my infographic again, I was inside Access and I imported into Access an Excel spreadsheet. Let's go back to my database. You can obviously go to Design View and you can change the primary key. You can change whatever you need to change there. I'm going to go back into Datasheet View. Okay, and I would just like to check with the students. We went Excel spreadsheet into Access. Are you guys okay with that? Any questions?
Nope, sir. Fine.
Okay, you guys good. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you is to go the other way. So now I've fixed my database. Remember, file, just save your database so that you got your new table in it, and I can close my database. Okay, the next one is to go in the opposite direction. So I could have quite a big table in Access, and I now want to bring this into Excel. Sorry, the first one was Access into Excel. The next one is Excel into Access. So we did the second one first. Don't let that confuse you. What we do is we open our spreadsheet. Okay, there is our spreadsheet. Now be careful if you have a look at the bottom. Excuse me. There is just one spreadsheet in this document, and that sheet is there at the bottom. So you would close your document, open your document. Sheet 1. Normally you got sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. And I'm going to create them as you normally have it when you open Excel. So I've got sheet 1. Yes, that's the one I would like to import. I've got sheet 2. It is empty. And I have sheet 3, which is empty. All three of them could contain a lot of information. So I would like to export this to Access. I go to Data. This is Get Data. Mr. Pretorius, from Access.
Yes, sir.
I want to go Excel to Access.
Oh, okay. So what do we need to do? You need to go to data and get the data from. You
Not
were
giving
there.
me the option. Get data.
You need to take a database.
Sorry, from database. Correct.
Yes,
Correct. It's
from
exactly the
database.
same as. It's the same as Access. So
Yes,
let me start again to avoid
before you do it, you must
confusing the students.
make sure that you're on a clean sheet.
Okay, to start again, guys, let's just start again. Open your Excel spreadsheet.
Don't update. All right.
Okay, I go here at the top to data.
Step 1. Step 2.
Don't worry about all of this. Get data.
Yeah. From the database.
From the database. Now you will have a lot of options here. I just want from a Microsoft Access database.
There we go. It's a bit different in 365, sir.
Yeah, they've changed a few things. I go to my desktop. I go to Access and Excel. And there is my goals database. So I'm going to choose the goals database, and I'm going to choose import. So we're dealing here with imports and exports. There we go. It connected to the database. And it is showing me the two tables inside the database. This is the one we exported. I would like to import goals. So I choose that, and it's going to give me a preview.
So double click on it and see what happens.
They've changed this.
I'm checking now.
Why did they go change this?
I really don't know. It's confusing me now too. Go into a new sheet, sir. At the bottom, add a new sheet. Say.
Okay.
Right. We're in a new sheet now. Get data from database. From the database access, yes. You found that. Access goals, that's the one, eh? Okay, not that one. Double click. That one. And say import. Oh, I see. Because there's two. Now, yeah, click on him. On goals.
Correct.
And let's say transform the data or load. I see.
Normally it's got an import, but I'm going to choose transform data.
Is there no like OK button or let's see load. Let's go exit out and we go to the load part. Keep it, yeah, or
Why
discard it.
change this? They had it nice and simple.
Yes, this is in the easier way. Oh yeah,
Just double check.
And access that one and import. Okay, and let's see, let's load it. Is load. Yeah, that one. And let's see now, let's try load it up. What's that down arrow? Yeah, first, let's see what's in the down arrow.
No
Nothing.
option.
Okay, and load, if we click on load, sir, this is something new.
This is brand new.
Yeah, this is something, this part is new. Because normally, by now, your table would have shown.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's see. And let's load it. Display options. Can't you click on load? Let's see what happens.
Getting data.
Oh, from access and it's loading. There we go.
Yo. Why do they go and change this? It's okay,
Yeah,
guys, I'm going to do it again. So in my Excel spreadsheet, this came from access. Sorry, this went to access.
Yes. And
this
one
came from access.
From the
so
database.
Let me do this again. Yeah, let me do this again. I do not want my students confused.
Because that confused me a bit.
Yeah, Office 365, they've changed a bit and everything's hiding and they change it. So normally if you have Office 2012, 2016, so on and so forth, there's just a button there that says import and it's done. And it will say import. I need to tell the students this. It will say import and you choose the option into a new spreadsheet. So I can only show you the 365 option today. Yes.
Sorry, sir.
I'm listening.
Thank you, sir. When you done exporting the Excel spreadsheet into Access, would you then have the copy of the do you have the spreadsheet on Excel, or once once you have import it, it's not showing on Excel?
No, it's still going to show on Excel. So it's going to copy it and not move it. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so it will leave your Excel
Almost like a copy
spreadsheet
and paste,
alone.
student.
Yeah, it's just to copy. So it's not moving it. So if I
Sorry, sir.
go in, yes,
Yeah,
yes, there's a
the
question.
other problem is the other problem is the version of the Microsoft that we are using. On Friday, I
Yeah,
was working on Access. I got some difficulties to finish my work because I was using Access 2017, and the one that you were explaining, it was 365. So
correct.
I don't know if next time when you are working, try also to teach us, to show us with the other version, because texting you all the
Yeah,
time, I think is disturbing sometimes, and
no, I
you may
understand what
be
you're
on
saying.
your laptop. Mm.
I
Yeah, okay.
think, look, I've got a copy of 2007. So 2007, 2010, 2012, 2016, it was all the same. So yes, I hear you. And what I will do is I will load a copy of Access 2007 and I will show you guys that way in the next lesson. Is that okay?
Okay,
Mr.
so if
Smuts,
Because you
also,
it's gonna be the same as 2017 is okay.
it will be the same as 2017. So only in Office 365 did they change it. But what I can say to you, students, is read what it is saying. So it is asking you questions, and you may have to experiment just a little bit depending on your version of Office. I know very few students have 365, so I will load 2007 and I will go through import export with 2007 again. The
Mr.
access
Smuts, if I
stable
may,
save. Yes, Mr. Pretorius?
also going, students also go into YouTube. Type the keywords in YouTube, import access to Excel in Office 365 or Office 2017. The steps will slightly vary. You see, Mr. Smuts, and my laptop has codes from the institution and 365 was installed on there. These exercises were last year on my old laptop still, which was 2015, 12, 17, etc. So the steps were slightly bit different, but also go to YouTube and type in access table to Excel 365 or access table using Office 2017. I'm sure the YouTube will also assist you. Thank you, sir. I have to run now, students.
Okay, what I can show you quickly. This video, importing and exporting Access in Excel, that is under content with the activities, is based on 2007. So what I recommend is, if you do not have 365, please come back and watch this video from last year, which is based on 2007. That will help you a lot. But I will try and show you again in the next lesson. So please watch this video. If you do not have 365, watch this video that is here under content on Blackboard, together with the activities. I'm just going to minimize that. Let's take this from the top once more. My Excel spreadsheet. I got this information from Access. I'm not interested in that anymore. I want to go to Data, Get Data from a database, from a Microsoft Access database. It's going to ask me where it is. To double check, I go to my desktop and I go to Access and Excel, and there is goals. Choose goals. So far, it's exactly the same as the old Office. It is only here it changes in 365. So please watch that video. The video will show you the other steps. Perhaps I can show you that section of the video during this class, which I think is a good idea. It's asking me which table would I like to import. I want to import goals. And I choose here in Office 365, load. Why is it doing this? I choose goals. And I double click the table. What is this thing doing? Yep. No.
You haven't opened a new sheet, sir.
Let me open a new sheet. Normally in the older Access, it gives you the option of create in a new sheet. So obviously we got another step now. We need to create a new sheet. Go to that sheet, get data from database, from Microsoft Access. There's my goals. Choose goals. Doesn't want to load. There it is. They've changed this. Okay. Students, I'm going to take this from the top once again. Now we've got it for 365. So I'm going to have to show you the 365, and then I will show you the part of the video where we do it in the previous versions of Office. Open Excel. Create a new sheet and go to that sheet. File. Data. Get data from database, from Access. Where is it? It's on my desktop. There's my goals database. Import. It connects to the database and it shows me the tables. Now, if you notice, the load button does not wish to work. So I right-click here and I just choose load. It says getting data. And on sheet 3, it's going to give you a new sheet with the information in. So I've got sheet 1. It did make me a new sheet. I've got sheet 2. Right-click, rename, and I'm going to rename that to goals. And I'm going to rename sheet 1 so that we know what we're looking at, to JDM vehicles. Sheet 2 I don't need, or leave it there. It's blank. It's not a problem. You will not lose marks if there is a blank sheet there. So there's my JDM vehicles I got from Access. Sorry, that I sent from Access to Excel. And here is goals that I got from Access. Are you guys okay with that bit? Or do you want me to do it once more? Anybody?
Yeah, just for the last time, sir.
Okay. I know to those that understand, just be patient. I'm going to take this from the top once again, just so that we get it correct for Office 365. I'm not going to save my spreadsheet. So we open our spreadsheet. I go to data, get data from database from Microsoft Access. Where is it? The one that I want to use on my desktop, Access and Excel. It's goals, import. Now notice I did not create a new spreadsheet. There it is, goals. Forget about this at the bottom. You just right click and choose load. Getting data, and there it pulled it from Access into Excel. Sheet 1 was the one we exported. Sheet 2 was the one we imported. So we're running an import-export business here. At the moment, it's confusing because the names are wrong. So you want to be careful. This one, right-click, rename, is goals. And then this one was JDM vehicles. Right-click, rename. Last step, save your spreadsheet. Okay, my spreadsheet is saved, and there is the goals I got from Access. So to just go and check our work, I'm going to open my Access database. Remember, I saved that, and I saved the JDM vehicle stats after I did the import. There is JDM vehicles that I got from Excel. Here is goals sitting in the database. That's the one I want in Excel. I go into Excel. There is goals that I imported. Okay, are there any questions at this point? Anything, guys? Okay, what I'm going to do, because of this confusion with Office 365, I've got here that video. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole video. I'm going to show you the part where the importing happens into Excel. So we are going to try and find that in the video. Let's right click, Open link in a new window. Don't give me a headache now. Okay, the video is going to be quite small then. Watch video. Let me see if I can make this bigger. No option for full screen. Okay, you guys are going to have to come back and have a look at this. Let's just see.
Sir, if you press start, it does show you a way to enlarge it a bit.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Thank you. There we go, full screen. You are correct. Okay, 3651.
Sorry, sir.
I want to pause. Yes, may I have that question?
I just wanted to ask that our next assessment, the today lesson is going to be also in the new assessment.
It will be in the August assessment and it's in the assignment. Is that what you're asking? So yes, it's in the August exam and it's in the assignment. Okay, I'm going to continue with this video so you can see it in 2007. I will stop the video after that.
Sir? Sorry, sir.
Yes?
Did you answer my question? Because I went off.
Did it go off? Yes, it
Yes.
is in the assignment and it is in the August exam.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'm going to show you this once more because that was the steps in 2007 and 2012 and 2016 and 29, not 365. So I'm just going to go back a little bit so you can see the steps again. Guys, do you see here is where the menu is different? So just have a look and be aware of this menu that is in the older version of Office. Okay, guys, so there you see the menu is actually quite different. Why they went and changed it in Office 365, I don't know. Microsoft had something that was working very simple, and then they went and made it complicated. So what I'm saying to you is if you have 365, you watch the lesson of this class, and you will see the steps in 365. If you have anything before 365, go and watch this video. It is working with goals as well. And that will show you the steps in the older version of Excel. Any questions at this point, guys? Anybody? Are we okay so far? Are we understanding? Silence.
Yes, sir. Yeah, okay, sir.
Are you guys
Yes,
okay?
sir.
All right.
We are
Thank you.
understanding.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, yeah, unfortunately, in Office 365, they went and made it a little bit complicated, which threw us out a bit. But it is in the lesson. The steps, I went through it 2-3 times. And then if you have a version before that, please come watch the video and you will see the exact steps there that are slightly different. Well, quite different, actually. Guys, I think if there's no questions, don't forget about your assignment that is due on the 20th. I'm going to go in there just once more before we end the class. Second semester assignment. I'm going to open the question paper. Let's make it a bit bigger. Okay, well, it's 40 marks. Nice, easy assignment. You may do it in groups. Okay. Create a new table as shown. Should be no problem. We did that lesson last week. Choose the primary key in the fields and so on and so forth. Change the personnel table in the database we gave you. Create a query. Should be no problem. create another query, create a form and a report. I do not see import and export in this assignment. Let's just double check here. No. Query, form, report. Okay, you guys are lucky. The import and export is not in the assignment. So it will be in the August examination. The date to be determined. They don't know what's happening with level 3.
Sir,
Yes?
will it most probably be in the test?
It will be in the test and it will be in the exam.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to speak to Mr. Pretorius and we're going to have a tutorial again this Friday. Did you guys join the tutorial last Friday?
Yes, sir.
Did it help you?
Some yes, some didn't join it. Sir.
Okay. If there's any confusion at this
Repeat,
point,
sir.
somebody's microphone is on. Thank you. If there's any confusion, just join the session this Friday that's coming, because Monday is a public holiday, so it's interfering with us again. This Wednesday we have a meeting, and it's a long meeting. It's from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So Wednesday you will have time to work on this information. Then the following Monday I will do forms and reports, which is also very simple. And if you have a look in the assignment, the form and the report are only worth 1 mark each. Doesn't mean they're not important. They are important. It's just your queries are worth big marks. Your tables are worth the biggest marks. So have a look at the structure of the assignment. Create 9 marks for determining the fields. So what we're talking about is number, text, how long, text, number, currency, and so on. There was one thing that I did not show you last week that I had a few WhatsApp questions about. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to go back into my goals database so I can show you this quickly. I do not have a price in there. Do I have a price in goals? Yes, I do. So if there is currency here and they ask you for a subtotal, you should have a click down here, which many of the students found. Why is it not asking me to add that? Try to do it in design view. No. Okay, guys, don't worry about that. Office 365 is giving me a headache once more. Normally what you do is in datasheet view, you can click here and you will get a drop down where you can choose the sum, which is to add or average, so
Sir.
on and so forth. But if it's not in 365, I can't deduct that mark.
Sir,
Yes.
you have to click the total sign right above the yeah.
So, okay.
Then it will give you an option.
Thank you. I want to add it up. There it is. I had this question quite a few times. So thank you for that information. Let me show you again. I'm not saving the database. Let's open it. I want to see the total under the bonus here. Well, I can see already it's 1100, but I want to display it. So we will click on totals. Total will show here. You can choose your relevant column. You choose a drop down. Have a look at all the things you can do. Sum, average, count, the maximum, minimum. Don't worry about standard deviation and variance. We're doing that at the end of Excel. I just want to sum it, which is to add it up. I want to count how many people there are. So I can click here and I can just choose count, and it's telling me there are 5 people there. So thank you for that. It changed. In the previous versions of Access and Excel, you don't have to click the totals button. There is generally just a drop down. But there is a totals button available in there. You can do it in that manner. Any questions on that, guys? Okay, to recap for today. I'm not saving that. So to just recap briefly, inside Access, I chose Get Information or Get Data. Inside Excel, it was the same thing. I chose Get Data. The first one in Access, Get Data from Excel spreadsheet. The second one is Open Access and get information from an Excel spreadsheet. So what I'm saying to you is whatever you want to import, you must open the opposite one. So if you want to get an Excel spreadsheet, you must open Access. If you want to get an Access database, you must open Excel. And then obviously I'm going to post the video. You can come back and watch the video of the class. I will post it on YouTube as well. Any questions before we finish off, guys? Anybody? Any general questions?
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning. I don't have a question about today's lesson, but I only have a question about the task of queries. I think it's task 1. Yeah, I was starting with task 1. When I was putting the criteria to put the criteria, so I find a difficulty when I was putting that year. They said before 1975. Then it was difficult for me to put that date inside there. So I didn't finish that task because I'm still struggling.
Okay. If you can do the following, are you on WhatsApp?
Yes, I'm on WhatsApp.
Okay, you can contact me privately and you can send me a picture of your criteria and then I can
Okay.
try to work out what's wrong there.
Okay.
If you send me a picture of it. So I will try and help in that manner.
Okay, so I'll do as you say.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Okay, guys, thank you for attending. I just want to see how many students we have left in the class.
Sorry, sir.
Yes?
I wanted to ask about the assessments. I see there is 5 questions, 9. I don't know, 5 questions. So each question and instruction is like you do it and then you create a folder, and then you go to next one. After you do it, you create a folder, and then all those folder, then you submit them.
Depends on what Mr. Pretorius has done. Let's go and have a look at Blackboard, and I want to see what he's done. Sometimes you upload them one by one. Remember zipping the folder as well. I'm going to Blackboard. I am going here to activity submission, all access submissions. No, you must do them one by one. So you put it in a folder and then you upload them one by one. So here's 5.1, here's 5.2, here's 5.3. Does that answer your question?
So means you, for example, we have 5 questions. You do the
Yes.
first one with all the instructions, and then you make a
Yes.
folder, you submit it,
Yes.
and then you go to the next one.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
That is correct. They are listed here. So if I go back, which one are you talking about? Tables or queries?
No, I'm talking about our assessment, the one that you have to
The
submit on the 20th.
examination. The examination or the test.
No, the assessment, the one that we have to submit on the 20th.
Oh, no, that is you put them all together and you zip it and you upload it one folder. So it's different from these submissions. You will only have one upload link. So where these you are submitting separately, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into imports and submissions. So we're doing 2 different things here, which is what you're asking. For this, it's 3 different ones, so that's 3 different zipped folders. If I go here to the assignment, okay, to submit the assignment, you answer all the questions, put your database and your access, your database and your Excel into one folder, you zip it, you click on assignment 2, you browse your local files, and you submit. Does that answer your question?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sure. Okay, guys, before we end off, thank you for attending class. Next week, Wednesday, we are going to start with Excel, and Excel will be the rest of the year. So for now, you've got time to work through these and ask questions and so on and so forth. Are we good to close for the day? Any last questions?
Sir,
Yes.
so all the exercises you have to create a different table.
All the exercises?
You have to create a different table.
Yes. Well, tables is a couple of tables that you must create in one database or two databases. So what you need to have a look at the submission links.
Okay, so then
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording that you guys can watch it later. Let me stop sharing. I'm going to end the recording for today.